Hello and welcome to History with Bree. In today's video, we're going to explore one of the most feared weapons of the Second World War, the V1, otherwise known as the Doodlebug. The first V1 launched in June 1944 with its sights on London. The V1 was Germany's last hope of winning the war. It was their design and destruction that caused fear amongst the residents of London and the rest of Great Britain. It was the world's first cruise missile and guided missile. In this diagram, you can see all the components that made up the V1. As you can see, the V1 only held 130 gallons of fuel, which was just enough to make it over the channel to its target London and the surrounding areas. As you can see at the rear of the weapon, the V1 contained an automatic pilot. This contained 3 air-driven gyroscopes which were preset. However, this was not an accurate design, with 1 in 4 V1s making their target. They were loaded onto launch ramps situated in France and the Netherlands, and later in the war the targets became more inland and the V1 bombs were able to reach cities such as Manchester, as the Luftwaffe had redesigned the Heinkel bomber to carry a V1 payload, meaning the distance was greater. As mentioned by Victor Spink, who was a child in 1944, who'd contributed to the BBC World War II People's Archive, stated, "Their only purpose was to terrify and destroy those they happened to rain down upon." The V1 was feared by most, and here is why. If you could hear a V1 overhead, the majority of the time it meant you were safe. It was when the engine stopped that you knew you were in trouble. From the sound clip you can hear why they got the nickname the Doodlebug or Buzz Bombs due to their distinct buzzing sound. So, how were V1s combated? The V1s were combated in many ways, some with fascinating techniques developed by the RAF. When a V1 was detected along the coast or flying towards its target, a burst of anti-aircraft guns could be heard firing at the bomb, aiming to destroy it before it could hit its target. Also, when the V1s were identified, RAF fighter squadrons were scrambled. It was mainly Spitfires or Tempests that shot down or destroyed V1s in the air. One of the ways in which RAF pilots would attempt to destroy the V1s was by tipping its wing with theirs. This was a controversial but effective move by the pilots, as it would alter the course of the V1 in an attempt to divert them away from military and civilian areas. That wraps up today's video on the V1 bomber. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video interesting, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this.